Boatworks Today is a viewer-supported show. To learn more on how you can get involved and watch extended ad-free versions of these videos, please visit our website, boatworkstoday.com, and click on the top of the heading where it says Support This Show. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you are doing well. My name is Andy with Boatworks Today, and in this video, well, we got to fix this. This has got to go. Well, actually, it's already gone. I need to replace it, but I think you get the idea. Let's just get started. So at least for the time being, I'm going to be limiting my patching to these two areas on the helm. I mean, this console, the whole thing is a little on the flimsy side, and what I'm a little concerned about is that if I cut away too much, this thing, it could twist and distort to the point where when I'm glassing everything back together, it could potentially get glassed back together in the wrong shape, and it wouldn't fit back on the bulkhead. So I'm going to do these two patches first because they're the largest, and then I'll move on to the others. I'm going to be using these two pieces of plywood that I cut on the bandsaw as my backing pieces for laying the glass. And I'm actually going to be doing this a little bit differently than how I normally do it. A bit of an experiment, if you will. Rather than wrapping these backing pieces in plastic, I'm actually going to try coating them with PVA. So here I'm applying the first coat, and give it a couple hours, and I'll come back and apply a second coat. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I want to be able to remove this plywood so that I can add additional pieces of glass to the back after I get the glass on the front laid up. Now, I would probably be fine to just do this repair from the exterior only, but as long as I have access to both sides, I might as well just do it. I mean, how's that saying go? Anything worth doing is worth overdoing, so consider this a belt and suspenders approach. So I am not entirely sure how this is going to work, and by this I'm referring to this plywood backer. So if you recall, a little bit earlier in this video I applied 2 coats of PVA onto this plywood. Now this is something I've never tried. I have no strong reason to think that it won't work, but again, I've never tried it, so I don't know for sure. And to get started, I'm going to apply 1 layer of 1708 over this whole area, with the exception of these 4 corners. Now, this is kind of a tight little area, so these screws are a little bit close to where I like to have them ideally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the first layer, and I'm going to have these corners essentially chopped off. So it'll be tabbed in along the top and bottom as well as the sides. With that said, let's get our glass cut, resin mixed up, and at least get this first layer down. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? So I wanted to show you somewhat of an alternative to using a fin roller for removing excess air and resin from your glass. Now, I've always called this walking the dog. Don't ask why, I don't have a good answer, but it's just what I've always called it. But in a pinch, this works really, really well. I'm not going to say it's as good as using a fin roller, but for small areas like this, it actually works out very, very well. And essentially all I'm doing is I'm making a series of taps with the brush using like light to medium pressure, just real close together, and I'm just walking that excess air and resin out towards the edge of the laminate. Again, like walking the dog. With all of the glass laid up on the exterior of this console, now I want to flip it around and try and get a couple pieces laid up on the interior of this. Now just for reference, what you're looking at here, this is where the plywood was mounted that we knocked off earlier in this video. So before I can do anything, I need to go ahead and scuff this up, give it a good clean, and then we can start laying in some new glass. So a few weeks ago when I was working on a different part of this project, I was doing the wipe down on the, actually I was up on the forward deck of this boat. And I had made the comment that I was using the Interlux 202 rather than acetone just because it gave me a lot longer working time. One of the downsides I mentioned was that it just had a horribly, horribly strong smell. So the folks over at Total Boat got a hold of me and said, hey, you should try our wipe down solvent. You still get good working time and it doesn't smell anywhere near as strong. So I said, that sounds like a wonderful idea. So that's what I'm using here. So I think this is a good place to take a break. All the glass is down, it's sealed, and everything is curing. So coming up next is going to be the fairing, and well, honestly, that's going to be a video in and of itself. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that thumbs up button. If you have not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you on board. Questions, comments, you can leave those down below. And as always, thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.
This has been a Boatworks Today production.